There you go. This is a range killer even more than temperature. The snow is actually up to the running boards while you're driving, and that eats up quite a bit of power. I think it probably packs the wheel wells pretty thick too. Not that bad, but that eats your power more than cold weather. The snow is deep enough. There it goes. It's blowing up over the hood, coming off the road, and blowing over the hood. It's gonna be a fun one. All right, making our way back from Valdez to North Pole. These are the mountains we're gonna get up in. We got about 2 feet of snow last night, so hopefully the pass isn't too bad. I can pull the camera out when we get up there. We'll look at that one more time. Bye. I didn't get the whole Bridal Veil Falls last time on the way into town, so I figured I'd pull the camera out again real quick. Had some pretty bad slush leaving out of town, so that kind of got rid of it, or killed my efficiency for a while, but we're gonna start getting back on solid ice again here pretty soon, so I'll bring the efficiency back up. And it's a little less surprising. Yeah, I'll start filming again at the top. Hopefully we can see. All right, this is the bottom of Thompson Pass. As soon as we got through that canyon back there, the roads turned to ice, which is good. Like I said, it really helps with efficiency not being in that snow. But we're going to climb up that mountain that's directly in front of us. We'll go up the side of it, and we're going to pretty much go right up to the very top of it. All right, coming up on the top of the pass, you can see we got a little bit more snow. It's, I don't know, 3 or 4 feet higher than the guardrail now. And the DOT actually does a really good job of keeping this road clear. I mean, sometimes they can't keep up, but they do a pretty darn good job. Drifting is a big issue up here when the wind gets going. And the road gets pretty much covered really fast. Right after they plow it, 10 minutes later it'll be covered again, so they got to stay on it, and they pretty much do. And when we get on the other side of it, I'll pull the camera out again. Yeah, it's just crusting the top. That's where I was talking about that snow on that side. On the right side will get so deep it'll be there all summer. And it's snowing up here now. Let's see if we have a few drifts right here that we've got to punch through. Nope, not bad. A little bit, but it's not too bad. 1,678 feet. And here in about a month, I was telling you before, there's going to be all kinds of people up here skiing, snow machining. They'll be skiing with the parachutes on, like paragliding or whatever you call it. And it's just a winter wonderland. It's kind of flat light now. Sometimes it gets hard to see the side of the road because it gets so white. Just coming into some of the blowing snow. This is coming up on that area called Worthington Glacier. I was filming in the last episode. So see the snow's probably up just a little bit below the roof of the truck on the sides of the road. They did a pretty good job of keeping it open. Winds aren't that bad, 20, 30 miles an hour. So they can get kind of snotty up here for a long time, but not for a long time, about 8 miles anyway, so it's not that bad, but it can get pretty rough. And probably pull the camera out if we get up to Isabel Pass. I'm trying to make it up there early enough that it actually shows up, it's not too dark. And pull the camera out so I can show you guys what that looks like too. Bye. Alright, we're coming up on Santa River Lodge. Here in about a month, there'll be helicopters all over here as all the heli-skiers start showing up. It's kind of a pretty area right in the middle of this, in the pass here. I'll catch it on film. They seem to only be really busy for like a couple of months a year, and it's all during the heli-ski season. And then the place kind of shuts down. There'll be like 7 helicopters or so operating out of here in about a month. This is one of the areas that gets frequent avalanches. Doesn't look like anything here right now, but you see how the trees are all broken and knocked down. What I might do is, I've got a clip from a couple years ago. I just missed an avalanche. The truck in front of me ended up getting caught up in it, and I had to go back and wait like 8 hours for them to clear the road. But I did take a clip of the truck after they got him dug out. Well, half dug out. His bumper's like 5 feet up in the air, went up like a snow ramp. But I'll throw that in on this too, I think. See you in a bit. there. Actually fly helicopters for a living. We'll land up there and maintain those sites. There's like a little platform that sticks off the side of the cliff. It's pretty cool. That I just kind of thought was pretty, the way the sun's hitting the mountain in the background. Nothing special, but it was kind of pretty. Kind of neat. As you can see, I'm just using the whole road. If you couldn't tell between this video and the last video, lanes up here are kind of a seasonal thing. You can't see them, you don't really know where they're at, and you just kind of use the whole road. In the summertime we use them though. Alright, this is they're in the clouds again, but those are volcanoes I tried to film on the way down last time. For them to come out of the trees. It's a really pretty little range, but there's the back. Mount Sanford, Mount Drum, all of those. Maybe if I zoom out, it'll show up better. But alas, they're in the clouds again. Glen Allen stopping here because Vazzy's actually talking quite a bit. He wanted to play in the snow instead of going to the bathroom this morning, and I'm going to grab a bite to eat. Going to Delta Junction out of Valdez, we'd have 26% left. I didn't get to start with a full battery this morning. I had to burn like 10 or 15 miles doing errands or something like that. But what do we got so far? Right now we're only averaging 1.5 miles. But we had to come up Thompson Pass. I mean, like I said, we're driving in the slush. But this one's kind of neat because there's zero use, so we haven't used anything for climate control. Temperature's 20 degrees. So the diesel heater's carrying all that, and if you Silverado people, you know, you just take whatever numbers here and multiply it by whatever your average range is, and that's how much you've lost by heating the cabin. But I'm gonna get a quick charge. We'll probably charge for about 10 minutes here, however long it takes to eat a sandwich, and let Bazzy go to the bathroom, and then we'll continue on. Bye. And this is the Paxton Lake area again. This is where I was talking about on the way down, where the moose can still be in the brush on the side of the road, but their heads will be out in the road. Be pretty careful in here. There's a lot of caribou too, a lot of bears, but don't really see them too often on the road. We'll be coming up on Summit Lake here pretty soon, and that's where they do an event called Arctic Man, which is basically the winter version of Burning Man. They have a race. A bunch of speed skiers go down this hill. I don't know, they're doing like 80, 90 miles an hour. They get to the bottom and they have to go up another hill, so they've got a snow machine that pulls up next to them, like a ski tow rope, and they yank them up the hill, and then they race that back down the next one. Pretty neat. You'll see all kinds of Alaskans out there. There's a half a school bus that'll have like a hot tub on the back of it. And like on Saturdays, at least they used to a long time ago, they would do ceremonial couch burning on Saturday. So people would take like old crushed velvet couches, crap like that out there, and you'd sit on it for the weekend, and then they'd burn it up Saturday night. And the crew that actually cleaned up afterwards always did a really good job of getting it cleaned up. But it was a good time. I haven't been in years. It kind of drew down a lot after COVID, but I know they do still do it. I'll film that area when we go by it. Bye. Alright, this is Summit Lake, like I was saying. Can't really see much out there. A lot of flat light, and that'll probably be frozen until about June. You might start seeing a little bit of water around the very edge of it. This highway has a lot of sharp corners. This is a nasty one. Nice little yellow cabin. Yep, out there. Big old lake, beautiful. This is about the highest point. We're actually right about the highest point of the trip. It's like averaging 1.5 right now, so we'll probably bounce up 1.6, 1.7 as we hit the road, hit the downhill side of this. It's about 2.5 hours downhill after we get there. And see you in a bit. This is still on the south side of Isabel Pass, coming up on a place called Fielding Lake, but you can see the flat light on here. It's pretty significant trying to tell where the edge of the road stops. It's kind of like Thompson Pass, only it just goes on forever and ever, and it has normally the worst weather, the biggest drifts, and it's kind of a pain. The truck does a pretty good job of rolling through it though. And I'll turn it on drifts. DOT's done a pretty good job keeping it open. When I come down in the morning, I'm usually the first one through, so it makes it pretty bad. And I'll just let this go for a couple minutes and I'll shut it off. That's where we were last time. This is Delta Creek, I believe it is, out the left side, feeds into the Tanana River. See, you got water on both sides. It's a really pretty area if you can see it. Plenty of YouTube videos up on it, Isabel Pass. But, there's a lot of avalanches up here. They're small ones. There's a little rock face coming in front of us, and they'll just slough off the side. So it's not like it's a massive avalanche or anything, but it'll definitely bury the road. You can't get through until they come clear it out. And sometimes I see goats down here. Mountain goats. Alright, I'll turn it back on here a little bit. Little area coming up called Kastner Creek Glacier. People stop up here and go walking. I don't know, it's probably about 2 miles back, but there's a glacier with a huge ice cave in it. It collapses every few years, but you can, like, honestly, you could drive like 3 or 4 semi-trucks into the dang thing. It's a pretty neat place to see. Bright blue, I got a whole video of that. We go in the summertime. But people, look at them all. People do it in the wintertime too. Like, that's nuts. I love Alaska. I love snow machining. But parking there and going miles back to walk into a glacier in the wintertime. God bless them, man. They're good people, I guess, but I'm not playing. Alright, we're starting to get out of the bad weather. Pulled over, let those guys get a little bit further in front of me. I had to go to the bathroom anyway. This is the Black Rapids area. I don't know if you're gonna get it, but big old glacier back there. Before I moved here, I guess there was a pretty big earthquake, and like the road we're on broke, and a big piece of it slid like 30 feet down towards the river, so they had to rebuild the road up here. But up around this corner on the way down, I was filming, and there were a bunch of drifts there. It looks like it's pretty cleaned up. Weather's getting pretty good, so be on cruise control here on out. There's a Army training post here. Let's see if it even shows up. That was probably terrible quality. And then there's the inn at Black Rapids I was talking about on the way down. That's right up here around this corner. That's pretty up there with that pink sky. And I'll probably catch up with the guy I let go before we get out of the pass, which is a really moosey area, so it's always nice to have somebody in front of you when you're going through that area. Only not nice thing for him, but nice for me. There's an old hunting roadhouse, but the inn at Black Rapids is up on top of a hill up there. Hopefully I got it. Well, the plan worked. Pulled over for a minute and caught up to the guy as I was coming out of the pass. So if there's any moose, I don't have to worry about them. Right up here on the right-hand side of the road is the Alaska pipeline. They got it buried, so they've got these little posts there that refreeze the ground in the wintertime that conduct the cold down under the ground and refreeze the permafrost. And almost to Delta Junction, and I'm going to pull over there and charge. Definitely don't need to, but since the last video I made over the last 2 weeks, they've put a new charger in there that's 120 kilowatts. This truck has never seen anything more than 50, so I'm kind of excited to check it out. I know 120 would probably disappoint a lot of people, but I'm kind of excited about it. And I also just want to make sure it works for future trips. But if it doesn't work, I'll let you know, Chris. Alright, man. Bye. Yeah, we came up that pass, and the temperature was like in the mid-20s, and then it dropped immediately to -1. Still haven't had to turn on any truck heat, so we're still not running any power. No heat on. And then we got the 120 kilowatts. This truck has never seen anything more than 50. So I'm kind of excited to check it out. I know 120 would probably disappoint a lot of people, but I'm kind of excited about it. And also just want to make sure it works for future trips. But if it doesn't work, I'll let you know, Chris. All right, man. Bye. got the slow guy in front of us still, and well, that's about it actually until I charge again. Actually, Tesla and Rivian both have their cold region test facility up here. I'll see if I can get that as we go by, and the big old nuclear missile defense system's coming up here too. Can't really get too good of a view of that though. Bye. It's the old nuclear missile defense area. So all you're gonna see is a bunch of lights. Even if I could, I don't think I'd walk up into the damn thing and film it. But from up here, it's just a bunch of lights. And this is one of the pump stations for the Alaskan pipeline. And just past that is the cold region test facility. I don't think I'm going to be able to get any film on that though, because the trees are going to be in the way. If I can, I will though. Look at that, 121. I've never seen over 50. I actually screwed up when I got here and turned the wrong machine on, but that was all on me. I was getting a little bit worried. But 120, 119, that is awesome. We've got 86 on board and not much further to go. And you see down there on the bottom, we still haven't used anything to run the heater. So, yeah. This is gonna be fun. Kind of excited. And that has me arriving home at 17% already. So we've got plenty of power. And down to 109 now, but that might be the truck. Like I said, this is I didn't precondition. The battery temperature was like roughly around 60 degrees. I wanted to check it out without preconditioning because like I've never had to do it before. And I'm probably only going to charge the 80 because that's what normal people do when they have chargers that go this fast. Well, there's the truck. Honestly, I'm pure stoked about this charging session. I think it took me longer to turn the machine on than I'll probably actually charge. We've got the boys in here. We'll actually let them out for a second. Come on out, guys. Go do your thing. Wheels didn't get too packed with that much snow. Back of the truck. That's pretty hard. About a finger's width, finger length on there. And yeah, it looks like I'm averaging 114 to 120. Good day. Go to the bathroom, Vazzy. That's the guy who's always talking. Go ahead, Teeks. Go pee. That's it. I'll probably won't film anything else until I get home. That'll just give you the final numbers. Alright, I know I said I was going to stay to 70 or 80, but I think I'm going to disconnect at 70 here. So I'm pulling 70, I'm bouncing back and forth between 117 and 120 at 69%. I said I still have plenty. I didn't even need to charge like I was saying, but I'm going to get home with 47%. It's an hour and a half drive home from here. But no, I am a happy camper. Thank you, Recharge Alaska. Chris, thumbs up, man. Shout out to you. We still haven't used any power for heating the vehicle, and I like this. When it gets really cold, I watch the battery get cooler as I charge it, but we up around 80 degrees. That's going to carry me all the way home nice and easy. I'll just plug into level 2 when I get home. It's nice and cheap, but I like to know this is here and like to support these guys because they support us. Alright, we'll be rolling up into the house. Got 48% remaining. Unfortunately, I had a TPMS sensor failure for a short bit of time, and that shares the screen with all your efficiency data. We got up to 1.7 there for a minute, and I'm going to have to go back through the data that's on the video to try to square up everything else. Now back to the Hacienda. Yeah, there's the F-150 and the F-350. So, like I said, we got gas and diesel trucks, but honestly, this electric truck does better than them damn things, especially even in the cold weather. I should say, especially in the cold weather. I don't have nearly as many problems with this thing. Granted, I did have a TPMS sensor fail, but no biggie. But made it with 48% left after we took on that charge in Delta Junction. We can turn around right now and head back to Delta Junction and still get there with 21%. But I'm just finishing the last. We started the day with 217, so the battery lost 2 kilowatts just because of the the trip, they start to drift down. Battery temperature is at 60 when I come in. Oh, and the last hour of this trip has been minus 5 to minus 7 Fahrenheit. And oh, if you look down here at the bottom, we used 0 energy to heat the cabin. Let me shut off the heater fan. So we lost no range due to heat. And that's where all my efficiency data should come up. But once I had that TPMS sensor go out, it kind of killed that screen. So I'm going to have to do some math. Yep, it's not coming back. But I'm going to get one last look at that just so I can make sure I've got something to calculate the finals on. But yeah, the heat is over on the far right. And we didn't run any of that. And final milers, that way I can do the math later on. 23,829 total. That's it. Thank you.